Hey, Jan, talk about the team concept because it's an
Right.
interesting format. It's a one day, the first day to kick it off on Wednesday, February 3rd at Punta Gorda. You got the Pickleplex there with 16 courts. We'll have a nice stadium court. But the way this works is a little bit different than the normal matches. Talk about the
Right.
format and how the players are going to be going. It's like going to be nonstop and 15 minutes, bam, 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 bam. And how's the point system going to work?
Right. Well, yeah. So team competition is something like a Laver Cup in tennis, where basically the team world or Europe plays against America. So basically it's continent based, or in this case, America versus the world. And we basically are following a little bit from the Laver Cup, which basically gives always three sessions, first session, every match is worth, let's say, 1 point, one standing point, which basically is be played with the pros, which are of those three, maybe the least best. The second session will be, every match will be played for 2 points, and which again will bring little better players. And the finale will be the session three, where all the top guns will go and play for 3 points per match. So
I hate to say this, but all three of my sessions are all solid. So I was really struggling to try to decide where to put people on my lineup. So, that's I'm just saying. So
that's exactly why you're paid for, to do your work, So.
I'm in a very good spot. I'm feeling very
Right.
comfortable right now.
Right. Yes. Exactly. But you did a good decision there. I think that people would maybe eventually see that. So what I wanted to say is, like, could be after two sessions, that Team USA will be up, but third session could turn everything around, depending how it goes.
I like our chances in every single session. So that's what I'm saying.
So the strategy. Well, Ben's
Yeah.
very quiet now. So let's, hey Ben,
Yeah.
let's talk about now. You're the captain of the team. Obviously, you're right now the number one ranked player. You had a very successful 2020 season. Congratulations! Just every tournament I was watching, whether it's PPA or APP or regular tournaments, you were winning singles, doubles, and mixed. So. You're the man to beat right now. I don't want to scare Steve away, but Steve knows enough about you. But he's out to get you this year anyway. But this is really the year ending for 2020 because of COVID. We had to move this event's usually in December. Right now we would be playing, but because of the transition and having to move it, we're moving it to February. But the rankings, everything's based on 2020 and all the success that you've had, Ben, in 2020. So talk about your team.
Yeah, well, I was kind of surprised at the players I wound up with in terms of like the combinations and who ended up playing together, just because of how the schedule works. There are some kind of interesting pairings. We're going to definitely see some ones that we haven't seen before in normal tournaments, which I think is really cool, just because of kind of that separation of the USA versus the world. There's a lot of pairings that normally happen that are not going to happen. And not just that, but the teams we'll be playing against are very likely to be new. So I think there's going to be a lot of interesting matchups, and a lot of this game is about matchups.
Well, some of the players you want to talk about, obviously Tyson McGuffin.
Well, of course, I've played him a lot. We've kind of been singles rivals, so to speak, for quite a few years now. I first met him back in November 2016, and ever since kind of early 2017, I've seen him in a heck of a lot of singles finals. I'm pretty sure we're coming up on almost 50 meetings now. It's at least 40. I know that. Which is just a crazy amount to play one guy, and that's just singles. He's obviously gotten a lot more good doubles results, especially this year too. Definitely come along a long way. Both of us since meeting. Solid player all around. So definitely one of my go-tos in singles, and can definitely be trusted to handle himself in doubles and mixed doubles as well.
Steve, let's talk about your roster a little bit. A guy I got a chance to see up at Hilton Head, Jay Devalle, if I pronounce his name right, from France, and he's definitely an up-and-comer, and I was very impressed with his game, seeing him up at Hilton Head. I hadn't seen him before play in person. So talk about Jay a little bit.
Yeah, Jay was a really easy pick for me when Jan came to me with this concept of a world team. Jay is a solid utility player, incredible singles player. He's developed substantially in both doubles and mixed doubles. So again, he's kind of one of these guys that can hurt you with his speed and his pace and his all-around consistency. And he's going to be one of my weapons for sure this upcoming month. And I am so excited for who I have for my women's team for sure. And it's Simone, for crying out loud. The best player on the planet, and is so reliable, steady, solid, great counter puncher. She doesn't do one thing poorly. And and I'm counting on you, Simone.
What do you think, Ben? What's the odds? What would you put the odds on your team versus Steve's team?
Gosh, well, there's a lot of interesting matchups, and they seem to be fairly evenly matched to me. Of course, I'm not going to lose to Steve. That's not going to happen. But I do like to give him some credit that he's definitely going to give us a run for our money. But in all seriousness, I think they're very evenly matched, and it could definitely go either way.
I really love this format. I think you touched on it really before earlier, Ben, and how you see some very interesting matchups in the women's doubles, the mixed doubles, potentially some partnerships that don't play with each other. I think this unique idea of this team competition is going to showcase some different players and really be great exposure for the sport of pickleball in general. And it's going to be fun, and I hope we get a really large viewership. And as of now, I'm feeling very good about this lineup. I'm actually, the more I talk about it, the more excited I get. So anybody that wants to put a bet on Team World, we've got this. Don't worry.
Hopefully you guys get a chance to see some of your teammates before February and play some events maybe to get yourselves in action after the first of the year. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Thanks for joining us. I look forward to the competition coming up here, and you guys both have great teams, a lot of great players, and it's like an all-star cast. So Jan, thanks for putting this together, and you guys have a great night, guys. I appreciate your time, and peace out.